What's going on, guys? Hope all is going well for you today. But without further ado, man, let's get into the topic of today's video, which is gonna be about, you know, more of a statement, I guess, but it's just don't listen to people who aren't in the spot that you want to be in. So let me explain myself, because that sounds kind of weird, but what I mean by that is don't listen to people who aren't in the spot that you don't want to be in. I know I'm just repeating myself, but what I actually mean is if you're talking to someone, let's say you're talking to someone about money, right? If you're talking to a broke person about money and they're giving you advice, why would you ever listen to that? You wouldn't, right? Because you'd just be like, oh yeah, man, you're broke. Like, shut the hell up. Why would I listen to you? But if you're listening to some rich dude talk about money, you're more likely gonna listen to it because what he has to say probably has more value and he's in the spot that you most likely want to be in, financially. So all I'm trying to say is there's a lot of times in our lives where people will try to tell us what's good for us, what isn't good for us, but the reality is they don't know. They don't know because they're not in the spot that you're in, right? If you want to make $1 million, let's just say that's your like flat out goal, and your parents coming up to you saying, "Oh, don't do that. Just get a job instead. You don't have to work 15-hour days for the first 3 months. Just get a job. Just get a job." And you might want to listen to them because it's your parents, but the reality is, if they're not in the spot that you want to be in, why would you listen to them? They'll probably, want what's best for you. Let's be honest, but do they actually know what's best for you? And that's the thing. Nobody will ever truly know what's best for you except for yourself. So the only person who you should really trust is yourself at the end of the day, because only you know what you want. Only you know what's actually best for you. So I'm not saying don't take advice from people, because a lot of times it can be valuable even if they're not in the spot that you want to be in, but just be cautious, okay? Be cautious when taking advice from people, especially when they're not in the spot that you want to be in whatsoever. So yeah, man, like, just be careful with who you listen to, because people, even if they want the best for you, like I said, they don't always know what's best for you. So just be wary, don't have to listen 100% to every piece of advice you get. But yeah, just lean more towards advice from people who are in the spot that you want to be in, right? Don't listen to people, like, don't take advice from some dude that's not in the spot that you want to be in. Take advice from someone who is. That's the lesson from this video. And yeah, man, don't be a dickhead. Peace out, boys. Have a good day, night, morning, whatever it is.